Hi folks, I'm Kally and welcome to Kally Explains. For those who don't know me, professionally I work in digital and technology leadership with experience across service management, digital transformation and increasingly AI governance and adoption. My job is often about helping organizations understand the technology and how it changes the way we work. Before we start the video, this is a brand new channel, so we would like to grow it. So please subscribe, like that's the little thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's get back to it. Now some of you might also know that I run a football YouTube channel, but this one is completely separate. Because over the last few years, quite a lot of friends, family, colleagues, even people on LinkedIn have suggested that I should probably use these same content skills to talk about things I deal with professionally. Things like technology, AI, digital transformation, and the future of work. A lot of them have said that when I explain these topics, I tend to break them down in a way that's quite easy to understand, especially for people who don't work in technology every day. And to be honest, that's something I've always tried to do in my day job as well. Take quite complex technical ideas and put them in simple, practical terms. So that's exactly what this channel is about, breaking down complex technology topics in simple terms. Not just for people who work in tech, but for anyone who uses technology in their everyday life. Because whether it's artificial intelligence, social media, online privacy, AI safety, digital well-being, or even things like sharenting, technology is now influencing how we work, how we communicate, how we raise children, how we form opinions, even how we make decisions. And the reality is most people are using powerful technology every single day, but without always understanding how it works or how it affects them. So this channel is about making sense of that, helping people understand the technology that's shaping our lives so they can make better informed decisions about how they use it. And today's topic is a perfect example. Artificial intelligence. Because everybody is talking about AI, but if you ask most people to explain what AI actually is, a lot of them struggle. Because right now there's a lot of noise around AI, there's a lot of hype about it, there's a lot of headlines, but there's also a lot of confusion. So let's clear things up. This is where Kally explains. So what is AI? Well, AI stands for artificial intelligence. At its simplest, it refers to computer systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Things like recognizing patterns, understanding language, analyzing large amounts of data, making predictions, even generating text, images, videos, and code. Modern AI systems work by analyzing huge amount of data sets and identifying patterns in that data. They don't actually think like humans. Instead, they're incredibly good at predicting the most likely output based on patterns that they've learned. But because they're predicting patterns rather than truly understanding information, AI systems can sometimes generate answers that sound convincing but are actually wrong. This is often referred to as an AI hallucination, where the system produces information that appears believable but it isn't actually accurate. That's why AI should always be treated as a tool to assist human thinking, not replace it. And it's also why understanding how these systems work and how to use them responsibly is becoming increasingly important. That's how tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Claude that can generate answers, summaries, presentations, images, and even now software code. But it's important to understand that AI isn't human intelligence inside a computer. It's just really advanced pattern recognition and prediction. So although AI feels new, the foundations actually go back decades. And one of the most important figures in the field is a British guy called Geoffrey Hinton. He's often referred to as the godfather of AI. In the 80s and 90s, Hinton developed the concept of neural networks. These are computer systems that are designed to mimic how the human brain processes information. So for many years, this research remained largely academic. But as computing power increased and massive data sets became available, those neural networks became far more powerful. Today, they form the foundation between modern AI systems like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, and many more. Interestingly though, Geoffrey Hinton himself has recently publicly spoken about the potential risks of AI development, warning that society needs to carefully consider how these technologies evolve and how they're controlled. And that's where discussions about AI safety and governance begin to become really important. Governments are now heavily investing in AI safety institutes and regulatory frameworks to ensure these systems are developed responsibly. One of the most surprising things about AI is that many people think it's brand new, but the reality is you've probably been using AI in your daily life for many years already. Some examples are Google search, predicting what you're typing. What about Netflix and Spotify recommendations? What about spam filters on your junk emails? What about Google Maps predicting traffic routes? Even face recognition on smartphones. You've got online banking and fraud detection and customer service chatbots. All of these systems rely on AI models trained to recognize patterns in huge data sets. So AI has actually been quietly embedded into everyday technology for some time now. The difference now is that AI is moving from the background of technology into the foreground of how we interact with it. Instead of AI being hidden inside systems, we now interact with it directly. So although AI has existed for decades, it really entered the public conversation in late 2022. That's when OpenAI released ChatGPT, that was built on the GPT 3.5 model. Now, large language models have existed before, but ChatGPT made the technology accessible to everyone through a simple chat interface. And the growth was extraordinary. ChatGPT reached around 100 million users in just 2 months, making it one of the fastest growing consumer applications in history. Since then, AI capability has advanced rapidly. Models can now understand images, generate video, analyze documents, write code, even interact through voice in real time. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers, AI could contribute up to $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. Research from McKinsey suggests generative AI could automate work activities that currently absorb 60 to 70% of employees' time. And Goldman Sachs estimates AI could impact the equivalent of around 300 million full-time jobs globally. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean these jobs disappear, but it does mean how we work is likely to change significantly. And we're going to explore that properly in the next video. Right now, the world's largest technology companies are investing billions into AI. Microsoft has embedded Copilot across Windows, Office, and enterprise tools. Google continues developing Gemini across search, Android, and productivity tools. Anthropic's Claude models are being adopted across business for document analysis and decision support. Apple has also begun to integrate more on-device AI capabilities, focusing heavily on privacy and local processing of data. So why does all that matter? Because AI is starting to reshape how people interact with technology. Instead of searching through pages of links, people increasingly are just asking AI directly for answers. Now that shift has huge implications for search engine, productivity software, customer services, digital skills, and how organizations operate. AI is no longer just a technology trend. It's becoming a global strategic priority. Many experts compare it to the space race during the Cold War, except this time the race is about AI leadership. Major players include the United States, China, European Union, and the United Kingdom. Governments are investing heavily in AI infrastructure, research, and regulation. The EU AI Act is one of the first major attempts to globally regulate AI systems based on risk levels. Meanwhile, here in the UK, we've established the AI Safety Institute to research risks around advanced AI systems. So why? Because whoever leads AI could gain advantages in economic productivity, cybersecurity, defense capability, and global influence. But alongside that race comes another major challenge, which is how AI can actually be misused. One of the biggest AI risks relates to disinformation. Modern AI can now generate highly realistic voices, images, and video. Some AI video tools can create realistic clips from simple text prompts. That means that content online is becoming harder to verify. Journalists and fact checkers have already warned about AI generated imagery being used to spread misinformation during global conflicts and political events. Sometimes content is completely AI generated. Other times, real content is used in misleading contexts. The result is growing confusion about what is real and what isn't. Even genuine images and videos are sometimes questioned. We're entering a world where seeing is no longer necessarily believing, and that makes digital literacy more important than ever. As AI becomes more powerful and widely used, understanding how to use it safely and responsibly is becoming increasingly important. And this isn't just something for government or tech companies, it applies to everyone using these tools. So here's some practical AI safety principles. Number one, never enter sensitive information. Avoid entering things like personal data, confidential company information, financial details, passwords. In fact, many organizations now include this rule in a formal AI governance policies, and it's best practice not to give that information. Think about GDPR. Number two, always verify AI outputs. AI can produce very convincing answers, but those answers aren't always correct. AI models can generate responses based on probability and patterns, not guaranteed facts. Treat AI as a starting point, not the final authority. Number three, be aware of bias and hallucinations. AI systems are not perfect or even neutral. Sometimes they generate answers that sound completely confident but are actually incorrect. This is known as a hallucination. AI can also reflect bias based on the data that it was trained on. Because AI learns from human created information, it can also reproduce cultural, social, or historical bias. Responsible AI use always requires human judgment and oversight. Number four, be careful with AI images and videos. AI generated images and videos are becoming extremely realistic. Before sharing content, ask yourself, where did this come from? Has it been verified? Could it have been AI generated? Number five, understand who controls the AI. Different AI platforms have different policies around privacy, data usage, model training, and safety controls. Understanding who built the AI system that you're using is becoming an important part of digital literacy. Number six, use AI as a tool, not a replacement. AI works best when it supports human thinking. It can improve productivity, creativity, and learning, but human accountability should always remain in place. Number seven, question what you see online. In a world where AI can generate text, images, voices, and videos, critical thinking becomes one of the most important skills that we have. So why do we need to understand AI? AI is getting so much attention because it has the potential to reshape how we work, how we learn, and how we interact with information. Many roles won't disappear, but many roles will change. New skills will become important. Understanding how AI works and how to use it responsibly will increasingly become part of everyday professional life. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the next video. So there you have it, a simple explanation on what AI actually is. Not magic, not human intelligence inside a computer, but powerful systems trained to recognize patterns and generate useful outputs. And now that all these tools are accessible to everyone, they're starting to reshape how we work and how we interact with technology. So if you found this useful, subscribe to Kally Explains and we'll break down technology, AI, the future of work, everything in simple terms. And the next video, we're tackling the question that many people are asking. Is AI coming for our jobs? And if so, which one? I'll see you on the next video.